What's up? Nothing. Just watching a lot of speed runs all day long. Yeah, it's good stuff. You should watch. Yeah, I went to sleep then. Yeah, I mean, Mega Man's okay. Yeah, yeah. I thought Kid Chameleon was sweet. Oh yeah, that was insane. I don't actually understand how you do that. The humans move that quickly. I didn't know. Yeah, probably. I don't know, man. That's so fast.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Well,
It is what it is. So awesome games done quick. Yeah, very awesome. And I know they raised over 500 something $1,000 already. So it's pretty sweet. But you know what? We're not talking about them. We are going to talk about Magic and the new year and State of the Gathering is back every week here on Twitch. Are you ready, Brandon?
yeah. Sure. Let's do it.
All right. So for
Enthusiasm.
anyone new to the program or new to watching, or picking us up on YouTube, who has been, uh, what we do is we talk about everything that's been going on for the last week. Now we've had about a month off, give or take. We did a little bit of a
Two.
holiday show, um, and we're getting back into it now. So we're gonna start talking a lot more about what's been going on. We're limiting ourselves to like really the last week ish. So um, so it's going good. I mean, we have a lot of stuff to go over. We had the Players Championship 2 weeks ago. We've
Yeah.
had, I mean, we've really just had a ton going on, and
Some
we have a
Grand
ton coming
Prix.
up. Yeah, we have Grand Prix Omaha coming up. We have a sold out limited Grand Prix over in Japan. So we have lots and lots and lots going on.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, why don't we just get into it? So we always
Yeah.
start with our weeks. Um, why don't you give us how was your week? Did you play?
Well,
Did you not play?
I played Modern on the weekend at a
Okay.
Grand Prix trial, and went 3-2. It's not that great. I didn't make top eight, but whatever. It was fun. It was good practice. I was playing the Abzan, just mid-range deck. Played all my Goyfs and Siege Rhinos, and I don't know, good stuff.
Did it feel good to be playing the siege?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Delver deck can't really beat it that well. Also, burn decks, you resolve Rhino, and if they don't have Skullcrack, they're losing that game. Multiple times I just resolved two Siege Rhinos
Yeah.
against a burn player, and they're like, "Yeah, I can't win." Yeah, I'm aware.
Yeah, I'm aware Siege Rhino is very good. That's
Wow,
something we're going to talk
Eidolon of
about.
Blossoms. That card's annoying. Siege Rhino. It costs 4.
It's true. You mean
That's what I
Eidolon of,
did.
you mean Eidolon of the Great Revel?
Yeah, that's the one, the red one.
Yes.
Whatever.
Yes. All right. So for me, I do Magic 101 now every Monday. That's what I do at our store. Wizards, the Play Network, has actually recognized us a few times, and they think how amazing it is that we do something new for players for free. So I do a lot of teaching now. So I play when I can. This Friday I'll be out at the shop. Tomorrow I'll be out at the shop playing Modern with my Abzan pod, or Rhino pod as I like to call it, because Rhino is now becoming a 4 of in that deck.
Yeah, that's what they call it now. It's just Rhino
Yeah,
Pup.
it's pretty retarded.
Nobody cares
Pretty.
about Malira anymore. That card's bad.
What was that?
Nobody cares about Malira anymore. Card's bad.
Yeah, everyone. It's Rhino. Um, so I'll probably be playing that. Wrecking Faces. Every time I played that at the shop, I take first place.
It's a good deck.
Yeah, Pod and Rhino together.
Also, now you don't really have to do as much thinking because you're just like, can I get Rhino? No. What gets me closer to getting a Rhino? This card? Okay, I get that.
Well, I mean, you still think about Finks and all that stuff,
Oh, I mean, you just like slam your 2-drop and then you pod for a Finks, then you pod for a Rhino, then you pod for another
Yeah.
Rhino. That's what that deck does now.
Yeah.
It's different than it used to be. It's not a combo deck anymore. Like
No,
at
I
all.
still actually run Angel combo in there.
Really?
Yep.
It's just not necessary. You just make
It-
Rhinos.
You can, but then when they kill your Rhino, then you have
Making more a Rhino.
Well, that would be nice at
No, no, no.
times.
Pat, you don't understand. When you don't have a Rhino, you just make a Rhino.
Okay.
That's how modern works now.
Okay. So we go back to my Mondays. I do a lot of teaching. I've had about a dozen plus new players come in, never touched the game or barely touched the game, and we've been teaching them.
Tell them about Siege Rhino.
They have learned about the Rhino,
Good. It's good.
because when they think they know the game, that's when I break out my standard deck and beat them down with Siege Rhino.
Well, that's not fair. You don't give them a standard deck.
They have standard decks, but it
Good
just
ones?
doesn't have it doesn't have Siege Rhino.
Well, there's the problem. What are you doing?
What am I doing? You gotta start crawling.
You
Before
can't
you
tell.
walk.
I think Siege Rhino's dumb. Card's too good.
All right. Well, so I do that. I still play standard on Mondays every now and again. I have actually been pioneering. You're gonna love me and you're gonna hate me all at the same time when you hear
I
this
think I'm
deck.
just gonna hate you. What is it?
Sultai Wealth.
Yeah, I was right. It sounds bad. I don't want it.
Oh,
How many are you playing? You're not playing 4, are you?
oh yeah.
Oh. What have I done?
I have built a blue-green shell that just splashes back for wealth.
Okay.
It's a
And like
devotion
profit
shell.
or something?
Oh yeah, it's profit.
It's like a devotion deck?
Yep.
Yeah.
But you put 2 dictates of Karametra in there.
What's that one do? You make a lot of mana?
Yup.
I don't approve. I don't
Turn
know.
6, I can villainous wealth you for averaging, if you keep me unmolested, 20.
Therein lies the problem. I can't think of a game where any deck just lets you get to turn 6 without doing anything. Like, is the deck good if they're like messing with you a whole bunch? Because then it's a good deck. Like if it's a combo deck that's resilient, then okay, cool. I don't know. So is the question. Just I don't really like the Ascendancy deck because if they just kill Ascendancy, you can't win anymore.
It's fun.
It's probably fun.
And it wins. It's fun.
That's the question.
I generally go 3-0, 2-1 most nights if I play.
All right.
I love beating people with their own stuff. It just makes my day.
Well, I mean, if they're playing Rhinos, then you can just play the Rhinos.
I do. I've actually taken their rhinos. I actually hit 2 rhinos and 1 wealth.
It's pretty good.
I hit
Hey, man,
2
you got
rhinos,
Rhino?
a wing rockmate, and a Sarkin. He was running 4-color good stuff. I literally just took everything. It was fantastic.
Well, I mean, you got Rhinos, so who cares? What
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, let's
my
get
bad.
to the next part. We're going to talk about results and what all has been going on, because God knows there is a butt ton of results. But we're going to talk a little bit why the results area is going to be different this time. If you guys have not heard, starting, it was 2 weekends. Well, it was the first weekend just before break.
It was some time ago.
It was the weekend before break, the last weekend in December, I think it was, or 2 weekend. Yep. SCG started the new format, which is basically Grand Prix SCG.
It's not though, because the pricing is different. I don't think it's very good. So like, my problem with this format is that if you make day 2 and you don't win anything, you can't play in the IQ and you don't get any money.
Yeah,
So if you have to make like top 64, and more than 64 people make day two. So some people who just are gonna play in one tournament and not cash.
I get that. Yeah,
So I don't know. That's my problem with
it's
it. Other than
actually
that,
it's a really solid format though.
well, I
Because
just pointed
now,
out a
well,
problem.
because I've played in days where you're playing 10 rounds,
Yeah.
and by the 10th round, you are just tired. You are just beat. It felt like you just ran a marathon. That's why I like when I do these 7 rounds in one day or 6 rounds in one day. It's a lot less magic. You can go eat, go to bed, get a full night's sleep, get ready for day two.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same as a Grand Prix.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
So we had our first really big one of the year this weekend. This was season one's opener.
It's standard, right?
Yeah. This weekend though is going to be Legacy.
Yeah.
In Philly, but this weekend or last weekend was Columbus,
Blue white.
and Joe Lissette. After his Players Championship run, and him breaking out with a God knows mind blowing deck he was playing in Legacy on the Players Championship. Joe said a very well known Miracles player comes out with a Reanimator deck.
Yeah, like a quarter of the field was reanimator there. That was funny.
I think everyone read that. Everyone was good. It was like, oh, they're gonna play all this. We're gonna play Reanimator, and everyone
Yeah.
thought it.
It's like, so the reason it was good that weekend is because everyone was supposedly going to play combo decks because fair decks were dead with Treasure Cruise.
Yeah.
So if you play Reanimator, it's just the fastest combo deck.
Yep.
So you just combo before they do, and your combo like is make a creature as opposed to try to storm, which is really easy to mess with. Make a creature is a lot harder to mess with, so I think that's why they were all playing it. It's like turn two, Gristlebrand's really hard to beat.
It's the truth. I mean, turn two, or even he could go off on turn one. Turn one Grizzle.
Yep, that's the thing.
It's retarded.
And even if like against Graveyard Hate, you can just play Show and Tells and stuff. I don't know. I really like that deck. It's kind of cool.
It is. I built it. It's a lot of fun. But anyways, so he took first with Blue Eye Heroic. Another deck that you might be an amateur trying to get into the scene, and if you look at net decks and go, all right, I want to run Jeskai tokens or Blue White Heroic, I will tell you no.
Yeah, you're just gonna lose.
Well, the reason you're going to lose is these decks prey on play mistakes or bad things happening to you.
Well, I mean, you just need to know what you're doing. Here's like okay, so here's I don't know. I don't actually like this deck. I don't think it's very good. I know it won this tournament, but it's like an SCG
Blue White
tournament.
Heroic is very good, but like I said, it preys on the play mistakes of others. Or
It preys on having god draws. That's it. Like this deck can't win with a bad draw.
No, it can. I've seen
No.
it. I've seen it.
With a bad draw?
Yeah.
So you've like 4 creatures, 3 lands. Can
Yep.
you win?
Yeah.
I doubt it. Like you need to draw God's Milling like every turn. Because the whole point is just make one guy big. If they have any interaction with you, you need to be able to deal with it.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Yeah, I mean, it's super inconsistent.
But
Is my problem with this deck.
I'm only gonna go top 8, because we had a lot of Blue White Heroics.
There's a lot.
There
Okay,
is.
it's like the SCG metagame's really weird too.
It is.
We'll just
A
play
lot of
these
people
decks.
A lot of people are starting to pick up the BBD Ebs and aggro. You know,
Yep.
where you're playing Death Dealers, and it's basically 4-ofs. Fleecemane, Death Dealer, Rhino, Wingmate, and Offenso. 4-of.
Yeah, that was more in the Grand Prix though. The deck's not as popular in SCGs.
It will grow. It's just one of those
Yeah,
decks that's
now.
really good. So, out of the surprise ones, really, not really anything. The 4-color Delve was a little bit different out of Chris Anderson. But I guess this was played by the Bear himself and Todd Anderson.
Oh, really?
They were building. I guess this is something they've been building online.
Oh yeah, this is that deck. Okay,
Yeah.
the story behind this one is Brad Nelson randomly built it.
Yep.
And then had perfect mana base. so you just went with it.
And it was literally like the perfect mana base.
I don't know. It's like so you're playing CDC, and then you're splashing for Soul of Theros and Wingmate Rock.
Yep.
Like again, this is just asking to be inconsistent. I think, yeah, I don't even know. Like, would you rather a Wingmate Rock than Hornet Queen? I
I
would.
think with that deck, I think Hornet Queen would be better because you're whipping things back or delving.
Yeah, you're whipping back a Hornet Queen. It's like Wingmate Rock's awful to whip back. Oh, they're not even playing whip.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is just like a why is Sidisi even in this deck then?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's got like Mystics and Sidisi. No whip? What? It's crazy.
I see. If anything, I like the Abzan Reanimator list. If I'm gonna play a whip deck, Abzen's gonna be where it's at because I'm whipping back two of the best creatures out there in Siege Rhino and Hornet Queen.
Hornet Queen. Yeah. So I think like the discussion there is Siege Runner is obviously better than Sidisi, just like on base power level.
Yeah.
I think I like the Sultai version just with the synergy Sidisi brings to it with whip. Like
Yeah.
play Siege Runner turn 4, your opponent murders, cuts it, casts a DC, makes the zombie, and then they whip back a Hornet Queen. You're dead. You can't win there. Whereas, well, I mean, that's the Sultai deck doing the disgusting things to you. So I think synergy-wise, it's better. The Sultai deck and like just power level. Like obviously Siege Runner is just insane. So
I completely agree.
So with mentioning, you only get to play 2 Hornet Queens with this deck.
Yeah.
That's one less than the Sidisi deck, or even 2.
So other than that, Joe Set took first. Jim Davis still piloting that blue-white control list. He pilots it like a champ.
Yeah. This is another deck I wouldn't say that you should ever play.
I actually built it, played it, and it's really good, but you gotta be stupidly patient with it.
I don't know that it's really good.
It is. It preys on the metagame, though.
So what about it is good against the metagame?
Just that he's running like a 1 of Devouring Light. The Banishing Lights are really good. He's running so much counter, and it's cheap counter now, like Dissolve being your biggest. He's running Negates main board, Nullify.
Yeah, but like, I don't know what. I just don't think this deck does the like. So if you're on the draw versus anything that's at all aggressive, like the red white tokens deck, I don't think you can win if they have a good draw.
No, it's
like
actually
the best
really
you can
hard.
hope for. Yeah, like so turn 1, they play their Swift Spear. Turn 2, they attack and then make the 2/1/1 card, and you can't counter either of those things because it's too early. And then turn 3, you can leave up Nullify if you have blue for their Rabble Master. But if you don't, you actually have nothing that can counter it. And I think at that point you're dead. Like you can't kill them in time, or you can't get to end hostilities before they kill you. And then so you're losing so many games on the draw. Like I think one of the only people who should be playing this deck is Jim Davis.
Yeah.
Just because he only plays blue-white control, so he's probably gonna do better playing a suboptimal deck.
He's gonna be really happy when the spoilers come.
Why?
Or
What's in the spoilers?
There's been a few good control cards coming.
Oh. Ugin?
Ugin's definitely gonna be in that mix.
Yeah, Ugin seems really good.
Yeah. But other than that, really not a whole lot of change. Just a lot of aggro decks right now are taking over because mid-range started us in the new era, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And now it's
well, this Abzan deck is pretty mid-range.
the Reanimator. Oh, that's super.
No, the aggro deck. I can't call this. This is not an aggro deck.
That's an aggro deck.
You're playing 8 2-drops, and you're playing like Wingmate Rocks and Siege Rhinos, and you have Elspeths in your sideboard. That's not an aggro deck. Aggro deck's like, I want to kill you real fast by like turn 5. This is, I'm going to go into the late game, but I'm going to win early late game. You know? Or like late mid game.
No,
it's not as mid game or mid range as the other ones, but I don't think it's an aggro deck. Like, this really seems like it's missing.
I will go with what they say.
Okay.
Then we had GP Denver, which was standard as well. There was a lot of, if I remember correctly, Abzan aggro.
Yeah, it was just all Ebs and aggro. And like a bit of mid range.
Yeah. But the one that took it all was Blue Black Control.
Yeah, which is weird. I don't I don't know how. Because I don't think they have a very good matchup versus the Evzen deck. It's like the Evzen deck is just able to have resilient threats like Wingmate Rock, and Ruckshaw's a death dealer that you just can't deal with very well with this deck. You keep getting 2-for-1 when you're trying to play the 1-for-1 game. Seems really
No, I get
seems
that.
hard, but
His
did
deck
it.
is actually pretty different. Yeah, it's running into 4 Perilous Vaults, but he's got like an Interpret the Signs. His card draw.
What's that?
It's out
Right.
of...
Oh yeah. Hey, it's sweet if you flip a dig through time.
Yeah, as I say, that's
right.
Yeah.
This is good.
Then he's got Silence the Believers in there, which is just a great card.
Yeah, that actually seems really good for Stabs deck.
hmm
I like that. 2 Ingenuities, 4 dig through time, pretty standard there.
Yeah.
Like 2 negate main board's pretty crazy.
Yeah, and the only other stuff is Dissolve. Then he's got 4 Bioblight and 4 Downfall. So
Yeah.
um,
I like the Ashiok. Ashiok's really good versus the Evzan decks.
Ashiok is phenomenal because if you get lucky and hit like Rock and Rhino,
You just hit a Rhino.
yeah, you literally, like you say, just hit a Rhino. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, no, it's so good. They can't beat Rhino.
No.
They're playing Rhino for a reason. They can't beat it.
So
3 more Ashioks on the sideboard too. So I guess he probably lost a lot of game 1 and then sideboarded in a bunch of Ashioks and like 2 Thought Seizes and then felt okay about it.
yeah,
Yeah, still seems reasonable. Sadly, we still have to play Pearl Lake Ancient.
yeah. I just don't get me started on that one.
One day.
One day that card will just get burned.
Yeah. Well, one day it won't be playable anymore.
Thank God.
Yeah. Other than that, like you said, there was a lot of Evs and aggro. Some other decks that cracked the top 8. Red Green Monsters.
Which was
Not
really cool.
Kibler.
Not the Kibler list, but
Well, I think it's his list. It's just not him.
it was.
Yeah, it really looks like his list. It's just like I guess it's a pretty straightforward list though. It's like all the red and green creatures and Kratos Claws. One
Well,
Revelry main
yeah,
board.
it's a Sarkin. It's 2 Xenagoses, and then it's just like all the good red green stuff. But then
Yeah.
you see Fnatic making his appearance, and he's not a bad red. When you're playing red green, he is not a bad red green creature.
Yeah, he's not bad. He's usually a 4/4 for 3,
Yeah,
which is decent. I don't know if I run 4, but I mean maybe it's better in this standard than it was last standard. It was really bad last standard. Just didn't do anything.
well, because last standard we had a lot of, control.
Yeah. I think that card's decent for his control though. It's like a must answer threat. Like okay, make a 4/4. Sure, attack with my 4/4. Do you have a removal spell?
We
Alright,
also
I'll play
had
something else.
Mortars last standard.
That's true. Mortars is pretty good.
Mortars is pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, I guess the control decks didn't really play it though, right?
No,
I
but
don't
I'm
know.
just saying, if you played red, white, blue, American Control,
Yeah,
Mortars was a thing.
I know of one person who did that.
Me.
Yep, just
I-
you.
And I won a lot.
Yeah, that was fine. That was a good deck.
Kyrnos and Elizabeth as your win cons. Seems pretty.
Careless. Other than that, there was a Mardu deck.
The Mardu
this-
deck I actually kind of dug. Ed Nguyen's.
It's a timer it? What?
Yeah, there's 2 timers.
I mean, he's the murder king, but what is this good against? I don't actually know why he's playing this. I can't figure it out. Like what is maybe it's good against? No, it's not good against DC. CC's 3, so you're sucking 2 guys to kill a 3/3. That may have made them a zombie. So I don't think that's what it is. I mean, it's good at killing Hornet Queen. But I guess you don't really
you have
get the
Blood
tokens
Soak
with it.
champions, so you can,
Yeah, it's a lot of mana though.
Yeah.
It's like 4 mana for 2 damage.
I guess so. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I just don't know.
It was a
It's
good deck,
cool
though.
though. Got Hushwing Griffs. That was a good version, you know.
So, yeah. We had GP Manila too.
Yep. That was also standard.
That was
I want to
standard.
actually talk about Sam Purdy's deck, the white red deck.
It's
Mainly, he's got four. Oh no, this is a different deck. Where is it? I don't know. Somebody had a deck with 4 Heliod's Pilgrim in it, and they were just playing Heliod's Pilgrim, Chain of the Rocks, and 1 Dragon Mantle, and that was a really sick deck. I don't remember who that was, but that deck's really cool.
yeah. I
Michelle
didn't see that one. I
It was
unfortunately
on
was
coverage a
not
good
one.
bit.
Yeah, I
It was like
wasn't
Sam
watching
Black,
coverage.
maybe.
It might have been. If it's red white, it sounds like Sam Black.
If it's cool, it's something Sam Black would do. That's what you meant.
So it sounds like a Sam Black deck, and that's okay with me.
Sure.
But yeah, GP Manila, another standard open, and Li Shitian, didn't he take first with his?
I don't know. I didn't even know this Grand Prix was a thing until like today. Yeah, I have no idea who did well. Sorry.
I think he took first. No,
No,
it
it looks
wasn't.
like Daehun. No, that's his part
No,
of his name.
Joe. Chalcero.
Hmm?
Joseph took first.
Wow. What? That's not even a name. Sklav Zero? What?
That's his name.
All right. I want to
He
know
was
how the
playing
comments.
a basically Jeskai token or
Mardu deck.
Mardu deck.
Like Soren, Sarkans, Rebel Master
Elspeth.
Butchers.
Yeah.
Only 2 Wingmate Rock?
Yeah,
Cards should be a 4 of.
it should
Cards.
be 4 of.
Better than Utter End.
It's a lot better than Other End.
Yeah, Utter End's not that great, actually. I looked at it hits Ascendancy. That's about it. Other than that, I'd rather just have something else.
Yeah. That one, I guess the coverage was on really early.
I don't think there
So-
was coverage.
There was coverage. I was getting
Oh.
Twitter updates on it. So,
Yeah, there's probably just like text coverage, but no video.
I thought there was video.
I don't know. I was on Channel Fireball, so I don't know. I didn't see it,
But I did not
asleep.
watch it, so
Yeah,
I'm completely
I
fine
don't
with
know. I feel like Denver was interesting enough as far
yeah,
as
Denver
decks
was
were good.
fine.
Like Ebs and Aggro did super good,
Yeah. And I mean,
and that seemed like the best deck.
it really does seem like one of the better decks out there. Because everyone first, like we said, went mid-range. Let's build these big, elaborate decks, and now we're starting to see more of the aggro version pushing in, going, no, well, we can just use Death Dealers and Fleece Mate and stuff like that, and just beat you up a lot quicker.
Yeah,
And then
Fleece
we can
Mate
also
sounds
say our
good.
creatures are more resilient going into the late game anyway.
we were playing Wingman Rock, which is like top curve anyway.
Yeah.
So I mean, the deck has no trouble in the late game, which is what I really like about it. It can be aggressive or it can just be mid range because it's got a lot of removal, and it's
Yeah.
got Siege Rhinos and Wingman Rocks. So I have no problem playing a later game against a lot of decks.
No, I'm
It's just
with
running
you.
Anafenza, which is sick versus the DC decks.
So, going into the upcoming events, we have a limited event, which, as far as I know, is sold out. 2,300
Yeah.
players.
Saw it on Twitter that it was sold out or full booked or whatever.
Yeah, they've been just saying, like, I guess spots have been opening up, but they're like, if you want a spot, you have to call them. And then you go on a
What?
wait list.
Yeah, I think it's out now. Like they're just right out.
Like, that's awesome, though.
Plus Japan,
Yeah.
they sell it all the time.
Yeah.
So a lot of people who play Magic in not a very big area, so it's easier to travel. And like the
And I think the limited is fine. It's going to be a great format to,
oh yeah, it's good. It's been like it's so easy to travel around there too.
Yeah.
Like, it's so cheap. Just get on a train.
Then we got GP Omaha. Boop, boop. Last
I'm excited
one,
for this.
last one before the bands come.
Yeah, it's on the 19th, right?
Yep.
I'm excited. Treasure Cruise gone. Probably. I don't actually know. I
I
feel
don't
like
know if they might not, just because they don't have a big sampling in modern.
yeah. I
This is
feel
gonna
like
be your biggest check, I guess you could say.
yeah. I kind of think that if anything, they unban some stuff and maybe ban Ascendancy.
I hope not, because I built the Ascendancy combo, and I'm an asshole. So
It's just too fast.
it's fun.
Confirmed. It's just too good.
Storm is faster.
Storm can't win on turn 2.
Yes, it can.
How do you win turn 2?
Storm?
Like, what does your draw have to be? Because you need to play your Ascension on turn 2. So you have to go like, oh, wow. Ritual Ascension. Yeah, but then you're out of blue mana. Yeah, I don't think you can. You have to get super lucky at least. But like the Ascendancy deck can just do it.
Turnwall did. Didn't you watch Worlds?
I didn't see it on turn 2.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, he just won for it, and
Just went for it.
Yep.
It's more rare than the Ascendancy thing, so I've never actually seen that. I've seen Ascendancy do it a lot. Like just the straight combo version. Like, oh, turn 2 I can do it. GG. Birds are good.
Yeah.
Birds o paradise. Just think with Fate Stitcher being in the format, like they just win on command like turn 4. It's so consistent.
It is. I win on turn 4
Most games.
most games. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I mean is fine, but the turn 3/turn 2 wins are what Wizards doesn't like. Which the deck does.
Oh, it can do.
Yeah. Reasonable consistency. I don't know. It's just really fast. That's just what I think. I mean, fuck, I don't know. I'm not making these decisions.
Nope. So I don't think you'll see it banned yet.
Sure. Okay.
I think it'll be after Fate has come out, and then we have, I think, another 3 or 4 big modern events.
We have a Pro Tour.
Yeah.
Which I assume no one's testing for yet. Whoa, that was loud.
Probably not.
Well, format's about to be changed. Anyway, so yeah, that should be an interesting one. I'm sure Wizards will use that a lot to see if they want to ban something.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they will.
I
We'll
don't.
see.
I don't. There's been a lot of hinting. It would be Cruz, and then someone's like, "Well, from what I've been hearing around, they're like, well, we're gonna ban Pod." I'm like, "Why would you ban Pod?"
It's really good.
Yeah, but it doesn't win.
Yeah, it does. It's been doing really well.
It does well, but it's not like I play Pod, I'm automatically gonna win.
Like if you resolve Birthing Pod, you just win that game? Usually, yeah.
Usually, but not always.
Well,
I don't think Pod's unfair.
yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be upset if they banned Pod. I don't think they really need to, though.
I'd be upset because I just built it.
Well, that's what you get for building it before the ban restricted.
Oh, shut up.
What are you doing building decks right now?
Because I want to play it.
That's fair. Play it while you can.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, we have a Legacy event.
Yep.
SCG.
Which is going to be a rather big one. I guess there's been a lot of signups and all that. So.
Yeah, it's SCG events, especially now that they don't always have a Legacy.
Yeah, they only got 2 legacies for the whole year.
Yeah.
2
Well, no, there's a
legacies?
lot.
I thought it was
No, there's 2 modern. I think there's like 5 or 6 Legacy.
Okay.
Oh, they always have IQs. Like,
Yeah.
actually, I calculated it. They're putting more money into Magic, and they're only cutting like 20,000 to Legacy. But they're putting so much more in for Standard, and they're making modern tournaments. So other people complained about it. Just didn't really understand what they were talking about. I think the only legit complaint was like there's less coverage now for Legacy, which I kind of agree with. Wouldn't mind like a second stream for Legacy. That'd be cool.
Nope, I get that. So, going into the big news, and I'm going to use big news in quotes, we all know what season it is. It's spoiler season.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of spoilers. All the mythics have been released already.
Is this all of them?
Yeah.
Where are there? There's 10, 11, 15, 16 mythics?
Yeah, I think that's all of them.
Oh no, the dragons aren't mythic. So just 11?
Yeah,
That's more reasonable. I was like, 16 is a lot.
yeah.
I think that's right. Because
So
each color gets the con. Oh no, they don't get the cons aren't mythic?
no,
Oh, weird. But the ones below them are. Which
yes,
I feel like that should just be switched.
I don't know. So, I mean, we'll talk about the big few that are supposedly going to make either a big splash or no splash at all.
I was thinking we could just talk about the mechanics and like Ugin.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
So, Ugin is your planeswalker for the set.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
He's colorless. Oh.
he's colorless, so congrats to Tron for getting another planeswalker.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna play him.
I think they will.
Hey, the thing I like, so Karn's 7 mana, which means you can just play him on turn 3 off natural or off of Tron lands.
Yeah.
You can't do that with this guy. I mean, it's not a huge deal, but I also just don't think his abilities are as good. Like Karn was broken. Karn was too good. This guy seems fair. If I'm
This
paying
guy's,
8 mana,
I mean,
what's
this
the-
guy's pretty sweet. His minus X ability is ridiculous.
Oh, it's cool. Yeah, for sure. That's why I think
Exile
it's.
each permanent with converted mana cost X or less.
Mhm.
That has
Well, I guess
one,
you could just
that's
read
one
it
or
as
more
well.
colors.
So it's
I mean-
+2 is lightning bolt.
Yep.
-2 is like pernicious deed that you don't have to pay extra mana for, or is -X. And then the -10 is reverse cruel ultimatum.
Yep.
So you gain 7, draw 7, and just put 7 things from your hand into play.
Yep.
So obviously that just reads win.
That just says I'm gonna win now.
Yep. I don't know what else to say. Like you just killed him.
Here,
So-
let me put all these cards out of my hand into play.
Yeah, like here's the second Ugin, some other random stuff, bunch of lands. I think I win now.
Yeah.
So I think he's a sweet finisher for control decks.
I don't know if he's too pricey. I mean, I've been reading a lot of articles and I've been coming up with my own thoughts on it. We're gonna have either one of two worlds for Ugin. Either Ugin's gonna see play, and the
Yeah.
format's gonna warp around him.
Well, I don't think he's format warping.
People are gonna
'Cause-
try to make him format warping. That's gonna be the thing.
Yeah, people tried that with Garrick too. Like we don't see Garrick ever now.
Thank God.
Yeah, I mean he's just not a good card. He's too expensive. He was like a cool one of last standard in those black green decks, but
Yeah.
now he's just too slow and his effects aren't good enough.
Yep.
I think this standard, same thing.
or
like,
you see,
Realm Master's
or he
too
sees
fast.
no play.
Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna have. I want to think that he can be a sweet finisher for control decks, and maybe he'll make like
Maybe when
what's that
Elizabeth
stupid one?
rotates.
Yeah, maybe. What's that? More the big serpent that we don't like, the Flash one.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe he like replaces that guy as your one of finisher in a control deck. But even then, I actually think like the resilience of that whatever stupid worm thing is probably
Pearl Lake.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pearl Lake Ancient. Like,
Yeah.
when I'm saying I'd rather play Pearl Lake Ancient over this card,
Yeah.
I say I don't think this is gonna be very good, but I want it to be.
No, it's either like I say, gonna be one of two extremes. It's either we're gonna try to do everything we can to wrap a deck around him,
Yeah, or he's just not played.
or he's just not played.
Yeah, I fear it's the second one, which is why I have no intention of trading for this card, and I will trade all of them immediately.
Yes.
What's that, people? You have Shocklands and you really want this Ugin? Okay, I'm down.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. So
What is he right now, anyway?
he's 30.
30? Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's more reasonable than the 40 that I thought he would be. Like, people... I just figured people would be hyped.
So we have
So you
two
like
new
this guy from
mechanics.
Modern, huh?
So we have two new mechanics.
Okay.
I'm done talking about him. He's either gonna be people are gonna either oogle over him and just go nutso, or I think he's gonna make a 1/2 of Intron. No, he will.
Okay.
They have a lot easier time getting him out.
Yeah, but I mean, like, is he worth it? Do they even play 4 Karns?
Yeah.
I think they do.
Yeah.
But do you want a 5th? You're not cutting Karn for this guy.
No,
Obviously.
you're cutting something else.
Yeah, it's like, what do you cut? Is my question. Because you play a bit of Tron, right?
I do. I play Green Red.
Yeah. So what in Green Red would you cut for him?
I have no idea.
I think you know.
I actually don't know if I would want to try to figure him out.
Yeah.
Because I
'Cause
feel like he's just so good, and that if you get him out, it's like you say, it's a win.
Yeah, in modern.
Yeah.
Even still. Like you just minus whatever, and then if they kill it, whatever, you just killed like 5 of their things.
Yeah.
And if they don't, he just kills them.
Yeah.
Bolt your guy, ult.
Yeah, bolt, alt, I win.
Oh yeah, it's GG. In Tron, if you ult this guy, like they can't come back.
Yeah.
Play like Sundering Titan, Emrakul, and they're like, well, okay, you got me.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I guess that's game.
GG.
Yeah. So no, I definitely get it. It's just I
don't know.
keep reading all this stupid hype where they're like Ugin's gonna make standard broken. I'm like,
Are
no.
people hyping this card?
Yeah.
Sorry, I just like no. It's 8 mana.
So let's talk about the 2 new mechanics.
There's 3 new mechanics.
Excuse me, 3 new mechanics. First one's going to be Outlast, or not Outlast. That was last one.
Bolster.
Bolster.
The new +1/+1 mechanic.
Well, yeah.
This mechanic is okay.
I'm fine with it. You know.
Yeah, I have no problem with it.
No, I'm actually the big one. I'm happy we'll talk about last.
Well, yeah, I mean we should talk about bolster more. So essentially, what happens when you bolster is it's bolster X. So whatever they decide it's going to be, it's really similar to reinforce actually.
It is. It's a lot similar to reinforce, but bolster, you get the X ability, which is kind of really nice.
Yeah, so it can be like bolster 2 or bolster 3 or whatever.
Yes.
So what it does is it picks, or you get to choose among all your creatures with the lowest toughness, right?
Yes.
Least toughness, yeah. So least toughness, if you have a bunch of 1/1s, you have to pick one of the 1 toughness guys, and you just put that many counters on them. So the dragon that they printed for Evzan is whenever a dragon you control attacks bolster 2. So, I mean, it could be really good.
Bolster's going to be fine. It'll do very well. In limited, it'll be just retarded.
Yeah, it's obviously good limited. It goes really well with the Outlast Lords.
Yes.
And it's also just like making your creatures better and limited is obviously like ridiculous.
Yep.
I don't think this is a standard ability at all.
No.
Like, I think the Evzan Dragon, the green white one, is one of the ones that are closer to playable of the 5.
Yep.
But I like just because it's 5 mana. But even that one, I have no interest in. Bolster's just not good enough for constructed, unless it's like super hyped, you know, or really pushed. In which case, I mean, you can make anything good enough for constructed. Just I don't think they're gonna push it.
Yeah. Nope. So the second one is Manifest.
This one's cool.
A lot of people think it's gonna get a lot of standard play. I am not sold on it yet.
Yeah, I mean, again, it depends on what the manifest cards are. There's the green one, the green mythic.
Yeah, the green mythic is fine.
Yeah, Wispwood Elemental. I think he's really good.
Yeah. I do like him a lot.
Yeah, that's one I think people are undervaluing right now. I don't think he's worth very much. Like, maybe this is the one I try to trade a bunch for.
Well, what I like about him is at the yarn step you manifest the top card of your library.
Yeah.
Which gives you a 2/2, and then sacrifice him until end of turn. Face up non-token creatures, get whenever it dies, manifest top card of your library.
So what I really like about it is versus Wraths. Wraths are bad now.
Yeah.
You sack it, and then you just make a bunch of 2/2s, and you flip up all your cards, and you're like, all right, you're dead. especially if they're wrathing on their turn.
Yeah,
I guess for standard, it's not very good versus the vault because it exiles, but
yeah,
even then, this card's just good.
yeah. I think it's really good. Um,
Yeah.
and I like we have a new ferocious mana dork. Edited.
Do we?
Yeah, we do. The
Is it 1 mana?
Yeah, it's 2 mana. Two
2
mana
mana?
O2. That adds 1 to your pool, but if you have a ferocious creature, it adds 2.
Okay. Oh, Whisper of the Wild. Green.
So,
Yeah.
I
This
actually
could
am
be good.
pretty happy at seeing that. But we'll talk about the other mechanic now, which is the one I think is going to make the biggest impact. Dash is back,
It's bad. Is this a pass mechanic?
if I remember correctly. Yeah. I think if
I'm gonna gather it.
I
I've never heard of it before. We're gonna gatherer. Okay, that's cool though. Like I think it's a cool ability.
yeah,
I
planar
like that
chaos
it
or not planar. It was in
something.
yeah, I forget.
Keywords. I like that it gives you options. So I think the best example of this one. This is only limited ones. The
Oh no, Fate.
Goblin
Sorry,
Heel
it
Cutter.
was Fate. It was something else I was thinking about. That was
Oh, okay, yeah.
yeah. So, but I
Cutter-
love the dash mechanic.
Yeah, so this is Goblin Heel Cutter, 4 mana, 3/2. Whenever it attacks, target creature can't block, or you can dash it for 3.
Yep.
I like the idea of, oh, I don't have a 3-drop. Okay, I'll just do this turn, and then next turn I'll actually play it.
You know what I actually really like is like red, the Mardu Scout, double red, for a 3/1, or I could do 1 red and a colorless and dash it, and so it's a constant 2-drop dash 3/1.
Oh yeah, Mardu Scout.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
yeah,
absolutely can get my head around that.
I like that as well. It's less punishing when you're missing a certain color. I think. Do you think you see this for constructed at all though? Like I really
Dash,
don't.
actually, I do seeing constructor play. The reason being is because you have cards like and hostilities and stuff like that still in standard, and people are going to try to play them no matter what. So if you think someone's playing with that, you just dash your creatures.
Yeah, that's actually pretty reasonable. Just dashing when you don't want to commit more to the board, but you still
Yep.
want to attack.
You got it.
What dash creature is good enough here? I don't know if any of them are yet.
The Mardu Scout's actually pretty reasonable. 3/1. For 2 is actually really reasonable. Other than that, I haven't seen any.
I think there's a black one.
There's a black one, but I don't like.
The black 1-drop, right?
Yeah, the black one drops okay.
Mardu Shadow Sphere. I think
Yeah,
this is pretty good.
yeah, that one's not bad.
Pseudo 2/1 for 1.
Mhm.
That has dash. The dash is more than the actual cost, but I guess that in
But
this
you
case,
lose.
like-
It's still. He's gonna take 2 damage, just about.
yeah, it's you're getting that, or it's like they're gonna block this guy instead of something else. So he's punching in damage, and
Yeah.
if you're in the late game or something, you top deck him, then he's less
Yeah.
awful.
The other one that's actually not bad, with the dash ability, is the Mardu Strike Leader. It's the black one. Whenever it attacks, you put a 2/1 warrior creature token onto the battlefield. So you could. It's 3 mana for a 3/2, or you could dash it for 4, and still get that attack. So
Which one is this?
Mardu Strike Leader,
Is it black?
Yep.
Or is it white?
black.
Black. Huh. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that seems
that-
really good.
That one's actually really good.
Yeah, he seems. I remember reading this one and thinking he was really good.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's actually a couple dash cards I could see. The dragon. No. Sorry. It's 5 mana. Just don't want to make it. Do not want to make any of these dragons. Yeah, I don't. Are there any white dash cards? I think it's just red and black that gets dash.
Yeah, right. It's gonna be the. It's gonna take over Mardu. So white should get a dash card. So.
Well, I think they split it differently. I don't think white, like the bolster, are only in white and green cards.
Okay. I haven't looked to see where they're cutting stuff yet. So.
Yeah, I think it's just the colors of the dragons will get those abilities.
Mhm.
It's kind of more two color. Like this isn't a three color set, I guess.
No, but it's gonna be. Remember, you're gonna be drafting two cons and one of these.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
I mean, this set specifically, the
yeah.
mechanics are split by two colors instead of three.
Yep.
Which is interesting.
Yep. So I mean, I think that's pretty much. I think Dash is gonna be your biggest player. Honestly,
I like
for
Manifest too.
mechanics. So
Yeah, I don't know if any of them are going to be that great though.
we'll see. We will see.
Yeah, for sure. We will see.
Yes.
I don't know if this set is as good as cons.
No. No.
I feel like I don't. Looking at all the cons that have been printed, I'm not excited about any of them. Looking at the mythics, there's like two white ones that I like.
Well,
That's it.
yeah, the white mythics are kind of retarded.
Yeah, the 2/2 for 3 that makes 1/1s. That card is stupid. Should not have been printed.
You mean a better
Monastery
version?
Mentor.
Yeah.
It's probably fine, but it seems really crazy right now.
It's a really good young pyromancer.
Yeah, the 1/1s have prowess.
Yeah,
That's so dumb.
it's so good.
So dumb. I don't know if it's like modern good, but man, this is so good in standard.
Yep. So let's go into what our main topic actually was going to be tonight. I'll give ourselves a little bit of time for that. Since we're already on the standard topic anyway.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about standard and where is it and what's going on
Standard that was.
and what might be. So, how sweet was this standard? I think out of the standards I played, I think this is the best one.
Ravnica, I think is what it was.
Yeah.
No, wait. What am I thinking of? Yeah, no.
No, it's definitely, I think, one of the best standard formats we've had in a long time. The reason I say that is you can literally now grab a card, any card, and say, I want to play that card. And
Yeah.
generally go out and build a deck around it.
Or with it anyway.
Or with it.
Yeah.
And I don't remember the last standard that did that. It's been a
Yeah,
while.
that's a good point. From the new set, we of course mean because Theros was shit.
Yeah. Well, the Theros and yeah, RTR
Hey.
block was just
That was awful.
Yeah.
It was just awful. Thanks, Zach Hill. You're bad.
actually, bud, you take it for 2 seconds. I'm gonna run grab some water really quick.
Okay.
So I'll be right back.
Yeah. One of the things I actually also liked about this standard was, or that I do like about it, like Pat said, you can play whatever card you want to play, but also just the cards were so cool. And it almost feels it's bigger than block. You are adding in those RTR cards, but a lot of it is you are pretty much just playing block. Like there's some removal spells we're playing. There's like a couple M15 cards from Theros. Like the big players are Elspeth, Stormbreath Dragon, Rabblemaster. We're counting M15 as part of it, I guess. Like there's just not that much. So we're playing so many cons cards in all three colors, which makes the decks very interesting. And then we also have the 2-color decks that are less playing the sweet synergistic 3-color cards, but they are playing a lot of the new stuff that's meant to go with it, and it ends up, being pretty much just as cool and synergistic. I think a lot of sets would have had no chance for Heliod's Pilgrim, and this one makes it a good card, just based on what's printed around it and the cool synergies you can have with stuff like Prowess. So I think that's really cool. I don't know when Paz can be back, but we're going to move on. So we're going to talk about cards that are overpowered from cons. Or overperformed, not overpowered. So what I mean here is cards that I didn't really see being super good coming in, but were better, or cards that I saw being really good but are better than I thought. Like the biggest one's probably Siege Rhino, not even just in standard. Like I've joked about it today, but the card's silly, and it's silly in modern, which is saying a lot. So for it to be this strong is not something I expected. I kind of expected it to be, really good, but not like the card. that's essentially the card of the set, which is really weird to me. Um, Another one that's kind of overperformed for me is another Abzan card, like Anafenza. Um, Anafenza is really. I don't like the design, being that it just hoses another deck, and is good on top of that. But just like a 4/4 for 3 is good enough in a lot of these decks. And a 4/4 for 3 that hoses the DC, which is another one of the big decks right now, is just really good for me. I kind of expected Anafenza to be awful. I was like, yeah, I mean 4/4 for 3, but it's 3 mana, or it's 3 different colors, so it's not going to get played as much. But Ebsen's just good enough, so that makes it okay. Um, as far as other rares, I didn't see being quite this good. I didn't actually think End Hostilities was good enough to be played a lot, but we've seen it actually see a bit of play, like a decent amount. Um, it kind of felt like just the expensive Wrath that wasn't going to be good in a lot of situations, but it ended up being that this format was slow enough for 5 minutes to be good.
All right, I'm back. Sorry.
Okay, I was just talking about End Hostilities and how
Yeah.
I didn't think it would be as good as it is.
Well, I mean, it's a card that every format needs a sweeper,
Yeah,
and
I still think this is a good one.
it's well,
It's okay.
We got spoiled with Supreme Verdict. Okay,
Yeah,
I
I mean
plain
that's
simple.
what we're used to, though. The 4 mana Wrath with upside.
Mm,
Yeah, Wrath of God
yeah,
isn't like unprinted. It's been printed so many times because we're just used to it. Like Day of Judgment, obviously, just 4 mana Wrath.
Yeah.
But this was, I didn't think it was much better than Day of Judgment just because it's 2 colors. But as it turned out, Blue Eye was the only control deck worth playing.
yeah. I mean, that's
Didn't
really
matter.
true. So
I don't know. I was just saying, I didn't think Hostilities would be in Abzan decks. Thought it would just be in straight control decks, but other decks are splashing it. This is
well,
like
because there's so
5 mana
much
Wrath
little
is good enough
aggro
here.
stuff going on that you need a way to handle it,
Mm-hmm.
and the only way to easily handle it is put creatures onto the board and then just end hostility on top of it if it gets too out of control.
Yeah.
That I mean, plain and simple. So, cards that were overpowered for standard,
Overperforming
overperforming. Sorry,
from cons.
from cons.
Yeah.
The biggest, of course, is Siege Rhino. I mean, that's
Yeah,
just
I talked about Seedrino.
yeah. I mean, he's just literally the best.
Talked about Seedrino and Offenza, and then I was on End Hostilities when you got here.
Yeah. The biggest thing, I mean, a lot of people don't realize, cons itself has so many power cards that
Yeah,
they're
it's all pretty
getting
cool.
that they've gotten overshadowed by the fetch lands. Plain and simple. I mean, oh, the cards you're starting to see. I mean, one card's already made the jump to modern, which is Siege Rhino.
A bunch of them have.
Well, I'm
We've
just
got
saying,
like Treasure Cruise's format defining card in multiple formats.
which I agree with, but
Yeah.
I'm saying like cruising standard. Not really.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay. It's not great. It's not like I'm in modern. It's good. Or legacy. Oh my god, this is amazing. You know.
Yeah.
So I get that. It's not. I wouldn't say it's an overperformer in standard. But
No.
cards that just super powered. I mean, look at Butcher. He's $1. He's a phenomenal card.
It's just crazy.
He's $1 card. Why? Well, because we got cards like Siege Rhino seeing play, and we have the fetches, and dig through time, and so a card that if you would put it in any other set, like Butcher of the Horde, would have been like an oh my god card. I have to play that card. But there's so many cards that aren't being played right now that when I think we see rotation actually happen, those cards are just gonna be. It's gonna be like Jace the Architect of Thought, basically. People are gonna be like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god, this card's. Why wasn't I playing this last standard?" And then people are gonna hit you in the back of the head and go, "You could have, but there was about 800 other freaking cards that we could have played. You know? So
Yeah.
overperformed. I mean, right now the biggest effect, like you say, the biggest one on the list is Siege Rhino. Another one, definitely, is Anafenza. Just a phenomenal card. And I think my other pick, I'll do three, which is Death Dealer.
Okay, you picked two of the same ones that I did though, so you should pick other ones.
Okay. Well, then I'll pick Dig Through Time.
Okay. As an overperformer?
Yeah, I mean, any deck that's got blue in it right now plays Dig. Guaranteed plays Dig.
Does Whip? I don't think they play it more than like one in the sideboard or so.
Yeah, it's like one in the side.
The CDC deck.
But it's there.
Yeah, it's a card you can use.
So, I think my next one is going to be,
you have Death Dealer.
yeah, Death Dealer is
Dick.
just ridiculous. And I think Sorin is the other one.
Sorin? Overperformer?
Yeah,
That's
he's been performing like a beast. I think everyone called Sarkhan the best Planeswalker when the set came out, and you and me both said,
To Sarkhan?
yeah.
I think I said it was good. It was like, do you want Stormbreath or this?
Yeah.
I think Stormbreath's better.
Stormbreath is just straight up better.
Yeah, with Wingmate Rock, Stormbreath's better.
Yeah.
Wingmate as good as it is.
Yeah. And that's when we said Sarkhan or Sorin was just going to be really good because, I mean, +1/+0 till the beginning of your next turn is kind of awesome.
Make it 2/2. I think we said Sarkhan was boring, or Sorin was boring, which we're still right about. It's a boring card.
He's
And
not
the design on it
flavorful
is
at all.
just bad. That was so lazy. But
But is he a good card? Yes.
oh yeah, he's good.
Cards that underperformed. Any 3 cards or 2 cards that stuck out to you that underperformed?
I have 6.
Okay.
I have Surak. This one I didn't think would do good, but other people really thought he was.
I didn't think I was not on the Surak bandwagon.
Yeah, I don't know who was. I remember talking to a lot of people like, oh, Surak, so good, so good. It's like $1 right now.
Yep.
It's $1. It's
I'm
a
picking
mythic.
them up. I'm picking them up.
Yeah. I think the big ones for me are part of the same cycle as Siege Rhino, being Mr. Manus Rider, Butcher, and Knuckleblade. Like, those are all just underperforming for me.
Yeah, I was actually going to put those on my list just because they're underperforming, but they are so phenomenal.
Yeah, they're good cards. They're just not good enough yet. Or right now. Like, maybe they need something else. I think, like, objectively, on power level, they're better than a lot of the other cards that are getting played.
Oh, God,
So-
yeah.
Yeah, I think they need the right deck. Butcher specifically, I think is just stupid. Like, that card, if there's any card right now that I think should be breaking the format, it's that. It's a 5/4
Yeah.
flyer with haste. Like, you can just look at it that way.
Yep, I'm going to give this haste. Oh, wait, I have an Elsbeth out when I put him down. I'm going to give him Vigilance. I'm going to give him Lifelink.
You have a Rablin Master. Look, I'll
Yeah.
attack with this and kill you with it. That's just silly. So
Yeah.
I think that card should be seeing more play. I'll leave the rest for you.
All right. Another big one is Rattleclaw Mystic.
Yeah, that's
The
fair.
amount of mana you could generate off that freaking card is ridiculous.
That's a lot. You can make many manas.
And it's just one of those cards of. But okay, I will correct myself. Tamir in general is just underperformed.
Yeah, I think it's the worst clan.
It is the other big one because I saw Jeskai. Remember the first week we watched one Jadine and Kevin Jones and all them brought that Jeskai mid-rangey type deck in.
Yeah, the burn aggro
Yeah,
thing.
the burn aggro, whatever it was.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I thought Narset was going to be a thing.
Really?
Because Narset is just, yeah, she's 6 mana.
I
But
don't
when
know.
you can play a Planeswalker for free,
Yeah, I don't like.
I mean,
Yes.
or I play a Stoke for free, or I play a Stoke and a Lightning Strike, or something stupid. I
Yeah.
thought for sure she was gonna be like a finisher. She's a one of. I put her down. Oh look, I'm drawing. I don't have a ton of cards in my hand, but I swing and do damage because I don't want to take that 3.
hmm I
And
have a friend who's playing.
what?
I have a friend who's got another set deck. It's actually pretty competitive.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
think it's pretty good.
like I said, Cons as itself has so many really powerful cards. And we're playing cards like Hordling Outburst, and
Dude, Holding Up is so good.
I'm just saying, we're playing cards like that over
Yeah.
cards right now like Butcher.
I think. Well, Butcher's only good with other cards.
Butcher's very good with other cards.
Yeah, so I mean, like token producers. I
Yeah,
don't understand why Butcher and Hordeling Outbursts aren't in the same deck. Well, I guess they are if you're
They
playing
are.
Mardu.
Yeah.
But people just aren't playing Mardu. So
it seems like Mardu's just getting wrecked for some reason.
yeah, well, it doesn't do anything broken. There's no delve. No delve. There's one delve card. You can play Murderous Cut. But nobody does. I don't get that.
Yeah.
That card's underplayed in Standard.
That's
Should
another
be.
underperformer.
It's really
It's
good.
Murderous Cut.
I don't know that it's an underperformer because the decks that play it are like, wow, this Murderous Cut card's insane. It's just
Yep.
underplayed.
I'll give you that.
I feel like an underperformer is like a card that is played and was tried but didn't do enough. I have never been upset to draw Murderous Cut in any deck I put it in. The card's so good.
I'm right with you. What about cards out of the Theros block that have come into their own?
Well, you missed one card that I want to point out.
Okay.
Bloodsoak Champion.
That
Remember all the hype
card
that
had
was
a,
in that card?
that card had a shit ton of hype.
Did nothing. Actual nothing. Nobody plays it. Nobody even thinks about it anymore.
True story. I mean,
Yeah.
that card came in and everyone's like,
It's like
fantastic.
$7.
Yeah. I think it topped out at $9 or $10 actually.
That was so much money. I was like, wow, this is so good. And this Warriors synergy, wow. And then nobody played it because it's bad.
Yep.
Well, it's not bad. I don't know.
It's just not playable right now.
Yep, which is weird. So I'm trading for them. Maybe somebody wants to make a black aggro deck being an next standard. They go up to $5. I trade them all.
I'll give you a few cards to do that with. Rattleclaw
Yes.
Mystic,
Knuckleblade.
Knuckleblade,
Mana
Butcher.
Striker. Yeah. All the
Mana
cards that said
Strider.
were underperforming, get them.
or even Siege Rhino is sitting at $4 right now.
Yeah. Well, it's 5 sold out. I checked today.
Okay, so 5 sold
Well, it's
out.
gone
Still,
up.
get your hands on them because guarantee it's not a $5 card.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be more. I think a lot of this is just because fetch lines were in the set, so
Yeah.
much was open. But like, Knuckleblade shouldn't be $1. That's not reasonable.
No,
That card's so powerful. Or Butcher, I think more so. Butcher and Mana Strider, I think are probably
I actually
better.
just picked up 5 play sets of Butcher for
That's
like
a lot.
$12.
$20.
It's like $12.
Yeah, well, I would do that too.
I literally just went, oh look, Butchers are like $3 a play set.
These are cheap right now. Buy all of them. Okay,
Yes,
cool.
I will just buy them and hang on to them. And I did that with Siege Rhino. I've got like 6 play sets of Rhino.
I have one.
I've been really hedging a lot on this standard.
I'm trying to get Sea Dronos, but nobody wants to trade them.
I just buy them.
Like, oh, they're $5. I don't know. I'm like, come on, trade it.
So what do you think? Theros cards that have just
that
blossomed.
Hmm. I feel like we're playing block right now. I can't actually think of cards from Theros that are doing better than they did last standard. There's like 5 cards that are playable. And oh, I guess Courser. Courser's the big one.
Well, Courser
I'm
was
gonna go
big
with
last set.
It wasn't this big.
No, but now it's basically if you have green, you're playing Courser.
Yeah, like there's a shell that is Corsair carried. That wasn't a thing last standard.
It was
I was
starting
playing.
to.
Well, okay, it was a thing for me because it's all I played, but it wasn't like a recognized strategy. Just play Corsair carried and something else.
Yeah.
So I think that's like it. Maybe Thoughtseize is a little better this standard, but I don't know if that's
No,
true.
I would say
I
no.
don't. Yeah, I think you can't go Thoughtseize into
I got a
insane
card for you.
So what?
Bile
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 Yeah,
Blight.
that's fair. I think it's better this standard. Yeah.
It's a lot better than standard.
Yeah, I think what rotated out to make it better.
I don't think it's what
Doomblade?
rotated out. It's what people are playing right now.
Yeah, it's really good for the Evs and aggro deck. I
Yeah.
really like it there because it's all four ofs, like you said, and like Fleecemane Ryan wrecks you if you don't deal with it. That's a really good way to do it.
It's like Fleecemane Lion turn 2, Fleecemane Lion turn 3, Bile Blight.
GG.
And they look at you and they go,
Why you
"Yep.
do?
Why'd you do that?"
Yeah, it's so rude. That's one thing I like that. I really like something I saw an Abzo and aggro player do, where they had a monstrous Fleecemane line and their opponent had two Fleecemane lines.
Yeah.
And they went to a monstrous one and he Bile Blighted his own Fleecemane, killed his opponents,
Yep.
both of them. That was sick. That was sick.
Actually, if you watched the SCG Open this weekend, someone did that to their own character just to get rid of the guy's
Yep.
other 3 on the other table.
Yeah, I've done that too. Like, oh, you have mana trouble? I have one carried, you have 3, kill all the carrieds.
Yep.
Yay. So, I thought that was pretty cool. What cards? Okay, so what other cards are even playable? There's like Stormbright Dragon and Elspeth that are both really good still.
Well, I mean, the ones that have stayed consistent, Paulo Kranos,
Not anymore, man. Nobody
He's-
plays that.
he's still there.
What deck's playing it?
Green Black Mid,
That's not a deck.
or Black, whatever, the Constellation. The one with like Doom Wakes and stuff like that.
No, they don't play it. They play Idle Boston's.
I thought they played Paulo too.
Nope. I played that deck. I didn't play Bluegranos. It's bad in that deck. That card is just not played right now.
Yeah, whatever. I play him. He's fun.
I mean, he's fine. Like, I think he's a good card. He's just not seeing play.
Stormbreath definitely is still to see him play.
Yeah, Stormbreath's the whole thing. Stormbreath, Elspeth,
Ashiok.
Ashiok, yeah, is actually more a thing than standard. That's actually a good one. That we can put that in with cards that came into their own for cons. Ashiok got a lot better.
Ashiok got a. Well, at 3 mana, when you can put Ashiok down and take him up, and go, oh look, Rhino.
Yeah, I mean, you can just Seedrino with it now.
Yeah.
Creatures are better. Seedrino.
Seedrino.
Seedrino's good. I guess cards that came down would be... Oh, God, there's so many. Like, Elvish Mystic's not very good anymore. Which seems crazy, because that card's so good, generally.
It's a mana dork. I mean, straight up, it's a mana dork.
Bluegranos, I would certainly put on that list. Cards that are not played very much anymore.
Bramaz.
Theros. Yeah, Bramaz. I think he's played more than Bluegranos, though.
I
The
don't know.
blue-white decks need a sideboard card.
Yeah.
And, like, the token strategies might play one. Although I'm not even sure if that's right. Yeah, Bramaz is not doing so hot.
No.
Like, Kiora, I guess. There was a lot of hype around Kiora when this set came out.
Yeah, and Sidisi Whip was playing her a little bit, but
Yeah, on the sideboard. I liked it versus the blue-white deck. I thought that was a cool sideboard card, but
yeah,
I just don't know the other situations I want it, like versus control decks.
yeah, not really.
Yeah. Well, I know she's good there. Like, I like her versus control decks, but I don't think she's good enough.
No.
Like, I explore every other turn. Is this something you really want?
Yeah.
There's better cards. Just play Dig Through Time.
Yeah.
But I don't
There's
know.
just a
Pretty much
lot.
everything from Theros
Yeah.
goes into this.
Yeah, sadly.
Sadly, those cards are dumb. They're just not a good set. Said that a lot. Theros is not a good set.
I had some okay cards though.
Did it?
Mhm.
Like what?
Thoughtseize.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. I thought so. It was like the temples, I think, are falling out of favor a lot. Like the Painlands just are better.
Well, it's because you're wanting right now because you're running these 3-color decks, and so you're like, well, crap, I need to run, you know, the palaces or I need
Yeah,
to
they're
run
trying.
all these tapped lands. So I either have to slow my deck down or I got to run pay
Or
lands.
yeah, I think the panels are just higher power. Scry one's good. I'd rather just have an
You know what's
untapped
a card that
land.
came into its own in this new standard is Mana Confluence. Saw really
Yeah,
no play last standard, and now this standard it's like a $20 card.
is it really?
Yep.
It's like or one or two of.
Yep.
That's weird. I actually don't even think it's necessary. No, it's not $20. It's 13. 12.
It was at 20 when I was trading
Oh,
mine away.
not fair. That's a good time to do it then.
Yeah.
Foils are 40. That's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
But that's because like eternal interest and stuff. If you have the Korean version, then it's 20.
Yes.
Or Russian. Oh.
Yep. So I mean, it's one of those things of there's just been a lot of cards rotating through, and right now I think we're in a lot of block. I mean, there's some out of M15 that are seeing play, but since M15 really wasn't an open set, it's hard to come by.
Yeah, I think M15 has more cards played than Theros block.
Yeah, I mean, and look at
Maybe not
M15
more,
wasn't
but
really opened.
it's pretty close. Yeah. 'Cause there's the Painlands I think are better than Temples. Rabble Master's obviously great.
Stoke.
Stoke's really good. Um, no Lightning Strikers from Theros. I guess
Chandra.
yeah, Chandra's played a bit as well in a couple decks, which I think is cool. She's played more this standard than she was last, which
Yep.
was like nothing at all, sadly. Other I guess quarter calling a bit.
Chords actually does see any play.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really seen it much. I think it's like a cool one of in some decks.
If you can trade for him, no, I'll tell you to trade for him.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
It's like a $2 card right now.
That low?
Yep.
Wow. 365. Wow. Remember when this was a $35 card?
You remember when I've had 6 playsets of these now?
Yeah, well, I should have traded those a while ago.
No, you remember when I bought in 6 playsets of these? Because Chord's not going to stay at a $3 card.
Oh, you mean after it got reprinted? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the City of Guilds one is 10.
Yep.
That's crazy. Unless it's a foil, in which case it's 60.
Yep.
The sense it does not making.
No. Nope. But yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of stuff going on in this standard. What am I looking forward to in Fate? Just a whole different look on it, I guess you could say. I hope. I really kind of like the dash mechanics, so I might start playing with something like that.
Which one?
The dash mechanic.
Oh, Dash, yeah.
Yeah, do something with warriors and dash. So
Yeah, maybe. I think I'm just gonna play CDC Whip still. That deck's just too much fun.
or I just might still be wealthing people because Villainous Wealth is a shit ton of fun.
I could actually see it as a sweet cyborg card in like late game matchups where your opponent plays permanents. I don't know, man. Yeah,
It's just fun doing
I
it
would
to
play it versus Abzan.
it's fun doing it to other people.
Yeah, I mean, it's sweet. And if they're playing Courser, it's on the top of their library. It's
Yeah.
like I can wolf for 4, and you have a Siege Round on top of your library. Got there.
I win.
I do not want to see the day where my opponent Villainous Wealths me and they get like a Siege Rhino, a Whip of Erebos, doesn't even matter what else, a land. You're like super sad about that.
Yeah.
Siege Rhino, Whip of Erebos. Okay, I win now. Cannot beat me. Anyway, do you want to wrap it up?
Yeah. So I wanted to say, I do want to say I will on Wednesdays be streaming Magic again. I'm going to be doing what Jeff Hoogland's been doing,
Streaming on X.
streaming on Xmage.
Is it in the Magic Online Twitch or is it different?
It's on the Magic Online Twitch.
Yeah, I just haven't seen him streaming.
Yeah, he's done it. It looks really good. So we'll be doing that. So basically, we'll be able to play any deck out there, which is really kind of cool.
Do you know what his name is on Xpage?
It X-Mage actually doesn't save your name.
Yeah, but
So
I mean, people usually just use the same one, right?
yeah, I think he uses the same one.
Oh, you just don't know it. That's fine.
I don't know it off the top of my head,
I was wondering because I've been playing on X Mage a bit now too.
so we should
Drafting a lot of cube.
yeah do free cube.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot.
Mhm.
I won my second draft today. I've
won a
drafted
lot.
twice.
I've won a lot, but maybe Wednesday we'll have you in. And we'll do a I don't know, modern.
It's too slow on my computer. X Mage, but I don't want to stream it. It's just too slow.
That's sad.
Yeah.
But I'll be doing something. I don't know yet what yet. You'll see some new brew out of me probably.
Thanks.
Because I do brew. So. Other than that, guys, please, if you're watching on YouTube, hit the sub button. If you're watching on XSplit, or not on XSplit, but Twitch, hit the follow button. We're going to be back every week, every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. VOD's uploaded to YouTube the following day.
Yeah, and Nanman will be here if he ever wants to be.
If Nanman's not, I'm going to do some new overlays. It'll be you and me, Brandon. So.
There.
But
Okay.
other than that, thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for welcoming us back to the new year and all the new magic. So I look forward to next week when we will not have all the spoilers until right after the show.
Yep. Literally right after.
Literally right after the show. But then the following week we'll talk about spoilers and everything else that went on, and then the week after that, our friend Matt will be joining us.
Yes, Matt Higgs.
Yes,
It's my favorite show.
Matt Higgs will be joining us.
The best one we do, hands down, Matt Higgs. Not close.
Yeah.
That's a fact right there. That's the best show.
So Matt Higgs will be joining us.
Watch it. He's great.
He is, and we'll be talking all about that. Some more. Other than that, guys, Brandon, it's been a pleasure, sir. I've missed you.
I have also missed our talks.
I have. So thank you guys for watching, and I will probably see you this weekend as I stream something as well. Maybe some X-Mage.
Maybe.
Have a good night, guys.
Peace.